Hello everyone, and welcome to a Photoshop tutorial. I don't usually do much of these, and I don't know why I don't do much of them. I guess I'm fairly good at Photoshop. I'm not as good as a lot of people are, but I do know some things. This video, as entitled, is how to do flat design. Flat design is a common design that most modern like apps and websites are starting to use nowadays, where it's just pretty much simple. It's another way to describe flat design would be simplicity. Simplicity is a pretty good word to describe it, and I guess a way to show you what I mean by flat design would be like to show you that that's flat design right there. So flat design can be taken either way, really. You can either have that hard shadow or you can have a gradient. I like either one of them. I've fallen in love with just the hard shadow all the way through. So, alright, without further ado, we will now go ahead and start our flat design. So, you can do either a .png picture to do this, or text, or really anything that your heart desires, as long as it kind of meets the requirements of a flat design. I really want to do a picture, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to place my how to YouTube. There we go. And I'm going to get rid of this how to real quick. And first I need to rasterize this image. Alright. Alright, so now I got our little YouTube icon. Alright, seems simple enough. It's already kind of, in a way it's already simple in a way. But we're going to make it just a little bit more colorful and more of a design-ish, modern-ish kind of word. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But we're going to go to our, we're going to click right here, and we're going to go to a solid color. And it would also help if I clicked on that first. Click on your background, do a solid color, and we're going to find an area on this play button that we like the most. I usually go for the darker color right here. That way it kind of looks like that. Now you could do whatever you want, really. You could go for a white if you want to. You could go for this gray. And you know what? I'm actually going to go for this white today. In my how to YouTube video, I made it. I'm pretty much remaking my how to YouTube video thumbnail right now. But I did that with a red background. It looked pretty nice. I don't know if you guys actually saw the how to YouTube video. But I did a flat design for my thumbnail for that. So we'll just actually keep it simple right now, and we'll just do it like this. Keep it a nice white. Alright, so now we got this. We got this nice play button on a white background. Easy enough. We're going to then select this gray, because it actually it's already there. So we'll select that. It'll match all that. Alright. Now I go over here and I make sure I have my line tool. Now you could use whichever easiest for you. You could use the rectangle tool if you want to. You could even use the rounded. I'm going to use the line tool because I'll find it easier for me. Now I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to find a point on this where I feel like it's best. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and you can drag the shadow out to wherever you want. I like it to be going out to the very corner. Like that. And I'm probably going to... So I'm going to move it to about right there. About right there seems good. Alright, now I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to go up. And I'm going to find a place on this where it seems nice. Alright, there seems good. Alright, and once again, you can change the shadow however you want to. You don't have to have it going straight to this corner like I have it going to. You could have it just going straight down. You could have it doing whatever you want. This is just the way I prefer. Alright, we're going to merge these two shapes. It will just kind of make it all easier. We're going to rasterize them first and then merge the layers. This kind of puts them all in one little box, and it's all will be all good to go. Next, I'm just going to fill that in. Whoops, I made a mistake. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we can find this. I'm gonna change my tolerance to 0. That way it only sees that one, it only finds the gray area, not look at the white, because these are pretty close to each other right now. So I think that's actually pretty good for the most part. Let's see, is this a natural whole white? I'm just gonna check real quick. It appears to be. Alright, so here we have our flat design already. It looks pretty good so far. Now, I'll say this, I'm not sure if I dig this whole light gray. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my FX, and I'm going to change the color overlay. And it's going to change to this red, or however you had your default set as. We're going to click on that gray again. We're going to get the same gray that we did last time. See if I change it to 0, nothing happens because it's the same gray. Alright, so I think I want this a little bit darker, so I'm going to go to my B right here, and I'm going to go down my arrow key and make it darker. And see how that looks. And I may like that, but then again I may not. I'm thinking now, well, maybe I want it to be red, the background to be red again. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to find a color on here. Let's see, do I want to go light, or do I want to go dark? I think I'm going to go this dark, and then I'm going to go back over here to my black, and just kind of make a little bit darker. Alright? And so after that, well, now this kind of gray looks a little weird placed. So we're going to go back to our FX, click on this color overlay, click on this background. Now they kind of blend in. We're going to change the darkness again. Alright, that looks pretty cool. And there you go, you have a hard shadow there. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. But you might not want a hard shadow, you might want a gradient. So we're going to change that. We're going to a gradient overlay. And we're going to go to a nice, well, first let's do this. Cancel all that. Let's change this. So we're going to click on our eyedrop tool, click on that, and get our paint bucket tool back out. Fill that whole thing. Alright, now I didn't change anything because I still have the gray color overlay on. But if I take that off, it all kind of blends in. I need to fix that real quick. Just to be a little bit higher tolerance. Oops. Some Control Z's right now. Color overlay. And that's good for the most part. Alright. So now if I go over here, select this. Alright. And once again, we're going to see how this looks. To make sure if you like it or not. Excuse me. And once again, that looks good and all. But it might not be the thing we're going for. So we're going to check off the color overlay and we're going to a gradient overlay. And we're going to here, and you might not have this, but if you do or don't, click on this one. And if you don't have that, just double click on the gradients and mess around with the settings in here. We're going to go for that. Now, depending how you want your shadow to go, you might want it like that. You might want it like that. You might want it like that. It all depends on how you feel, really. You might want it like that. That looks pretty cool. A nice little straight from hard black to just fade out in that. We might not want it that. We might want it to just fade out completely to the red. It's like that, where it looks like it goes from this dark all the way up to here. The only problem I see with this is that it doesn't look dark all the way around. And that's the only reason that I don't quite like. But I mean, it's not bad. Like, that looks pretty good. I like that. It's just that one thing that kind of bothers me. You might not see it depending on the video. I can see it on my screen. But hey, it all looks good to me anyway. Alright, so let's say you're happy with that. You want to keep it like that, everything's good. Alright, so let's do some text. Let's do, if I could click on my text, there we go. You can choose whatever font you want. You might want a nice curvy font to kind of make it look like modern. Like this, I don't know what this is, but we'll use it anyway. You might want that font. That font looks good to me. I like Impact for flat design. Impact is my favorite for flat design. You might have a different opinion towards that, but we're going to go with that anyway. we're gonna do this how to flat. And I notice how I just kind of butchered all that. This to a bigger font up here. How to. That's the wrong 2. I'm just doing really bad all day today. How to flat. I think that's about 330. Alright. And we're going to change that to about white font. Because we're going to do something else. Alright, white font. Alright, seems about right. Do that. I'm going to do Control A. And I'm going to use this right here. Click down real quick. Oh, I need to rasterize this layer first. So if I like how that looks, like the size and all that, I'm going to rasterize the type so it becomes like a whole image now. I can do that. I'm going to center this now. Make sure it's all centered. Down some. Let's move under that blue line. There we go. Like that. I'm going to put a stroke on it. A nice, let's go 10. How about 10? Deselect all that. That looks pretty good. And now we're going to do one more text, and it's going to be if I spelled design right. Did I spell design right? I'm actually about to look it up because I don't even know if I spelled design. Sign. So we get the design down. Alright, seems pretty good. Is that 230? Yep. How to flat design. It kind of looks like a meme in a way. Let's see, we're gonna go back to 10. And there we go. That's our flat design. If you notice right here, you may see like these little white images right. It's like little white specks right here. It's kind of like discoloration right here. I can kind of notice it. And just to get rid of that, let's do it real quick. We're gonna add an FX. We're gonna do a stroke, and we're gonna change the color from a black to like one of these lights. And then we're gonna go on the that real quick. Okay, and we're gonna go on the center of it. And let's see, we might not want it that dark or that light, so we're gonna go with like color down here. There we go. That's pretty close. And it won't be that noticeable anyway. It's just something to like get rid of that eyesore, those little white specks. From far away, you won't even notice it really. But thank you guys for watching. This is how to do a flat design. I've been Green, otherwise known as Donald. Thanks for watching.